Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Hey there, friends on YouTube. It's the JTL. I am back again, and I've got another video for you as promised. I've got the Bose QC35 noise canceling headphones. These are the newest wireless versions of the QC line. There's been the QC15, the QC25, both were wired, and now they've released the QC35 wireless and sexy. Are they any good? Do they stand up to the QC25, the QC15? I owned the QC15 for quite a while, and when the QC25 came out, I tried those. Unfortunately, there was something about the noise canceling that created a lot of pressure inside of my ears, and it was just really uncomfortable. So I couldn't keep them. It was unfortunate because they were pretty decent headphones. How do these stand up? I've been using them for about a week, maybe closer to 10 days, 2 weeks, and kind of putting them through their paces so I could tell you guys what I think about them. And I'm going to separate this out into the good and the bad. I'm going to start with the good because, you know, we might as well get the good news out first. And then we'll move on to the bad and see where that takes us. First off, the good news is, and this should surprise no one, the QC35's noise canceling, the active noise cancellation, or ANC as I'll refer to it from here on out, is absolutely fantastic, just like it has been in all of the other QC line headphones. Bose really, they are the owners of this segment of the headphone market. And so it should be no surprise that the noise canceling is fantastic. Unlike some noise canceling headphones that create a little bit of background noise, you can kind of hear the software working, the microphone switching back and forth to cancel out the sounds that are coming from outside. And that is how it works. These have 4 microphones on all sides, and those microphones, basically, one of the features that they have, in addition to one of them picking up your voice when you talk on the phone, one of the features that they have is to listen to what's coming in from the outside and to actively squash those frequencies. So that's how the active noise canceling works. These don't have any audible noise while it works, so that's great. If you're looking for travel headphones, and that seems to be a segment of the market that a lot of people are focused on, the frequent air traveler who wants to be able to block out everything, all the airplane noise, etc., etc. I think that's a weird use case to really focus an entire product line on, but it seems to be the way it goes. So let's move on to good thing number 2. You can have multiple devices connected to this thing at one time. Now you can connect up to 10, I believe, devices total, and it will remember 10 devices, but at any one given time, you can have these connected to 2 devices. As I've been using them in my workplace, I'll have them connected to my phone and to my MacBook Pro so that I can listen to, if I need to listen to something on the computer, I can listen to that. If I need to take a call or listen to something on my phone, I can do that. If I need to jump up and walk out of my office and I want to, walk to get a coffee and listen to some music, I can do that without having to go through, the native incantation dance of trying to get the Bluetooth hooked up to the device that I'm now going to be using instead of the one that was already hooked up to. That to me is like a game changer for Bluetooth devices, and this is the first device that I've had with that feature. That's pretty awesome. 3, they're very light and they are very comfortable. So you can see here, nice. I mean, if YouTube could be feel-o-vision, you would be able to feel how soft these are. It's clearly not real leather, but it's some of the softest leatherette that I've ever experienced. A little bit of aluminum here on the cup, and a very nice felt-covered cushy band, as well as leatherette-covered top of the headband. See here the detents, or the adjustment clicks, are it's easy to adjust it, but it also stays where it is. That's a problem that I have with my AT M50Xs, that are very easily moved and adjusted when I don't want them to be. I've worn these for the majority of my workday since I've gotten them, and they are, I barely notice that they're there. The only time I notice that they're there is when somebody tries to talk to me and I realize I can't hear them. So very light, very comfortable. That's great. Also, most really impressive to me is the battery life on these. I think Bose says that you get 20 hours of battery life with these guys. My experience, I mean, they've lasted for long enough that I have never actually had to think about how the majority of a week. I have never gotten to a place where I was afraid like, oh, geez, the battery's going to run out. I got to run to a charger. There's a little computerized woman in there that says what you're connected to and how much battery you have left. And I don't think I've allowed myself to get down below 30% before just plugging it in, and it charges fast. Less than an hour, it gets a full charge. Then I'm back rocking and rolling in the noise canceled world. So now let's move on to some of the negatives. It pains me to say that there are negatives. It's a $350 set of headphones. So I would love it if there was nothing bad to say. There's a lot of good to say, but unfortunately there are some bad things to say. Let's start with the sound. And sound is a really subjective thing. What sounds okay to me might sound fantastic to someone else. Different strokes for different folks and all those kinds of things. I know what I like in the sound of a set of headphones. It doesn't take me very long to decide whether I like a set of headphones. When I put these on, it wasn't that I disliked what I heard. And it wasn't that, Bose had kind of gone crazy and bumped the low end or bumped the high end or whatever. It was just that the sound was lackluster, kind of non-inspiring. There's a very safe sound, maybe a little on the, I like my headphones sometimes to be a little bright, especially, in the high end, and to have a really fully defined and tight bass. I feel like the bass is just about where I would want it. It doesn't extend very low, but the highs were a little rolled off for my taste. So that was kind of disappointing. Although I do understand that in order to do this noise canceling thing, there's a lot of processing that has to go on with the sound in order to get something to sound halfway decent when there's so much software at work, so many different wheels in motion to cancel out all the noise that's coming from outside. So I understand that. I appreciate that. And it's really a testament to engineering that Bose has been able to make these sound as good as they do while all that's going on. But still, if I were to put these up against other headphones in its price range, and granted those aren't going to have the noise canceling, if I were to put them up against those headphones, anything in the $350 range would blow these out of the water sound-wise. But again, a lot of people are buying them for that noise canceling feature. Another thing that was pretty disappointing to me, you can't turn the noise canceling off. There are times when I feel like I would want to do that. Yeah, I work in an office. My back is to my office door, unfortunately, and there's no way that I can change that. I hate that. But you can't turn the noise canceling off. You turn the headphones on, the noise canceling comes on, and that's it. There's no setting to turn it off. I feel like that wasn't the case for the QC15s and the QC25s, but I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, you can let me know down in the comments. But there are times when I would like to turn the noise canceling off, and you can't do it. You can use these as a wired connection, and you can use them without the battery. I haven't tried that, but everything that I've heard about these and what I experienced with the QC15s is that the wired connection sounds like dog shit. If you're out and about and you run out of battery and you still want to listen to something, you can plug these in, but you won't get the noise canceling, and the headphones won't sound nearly as good as they do when powered. So here we come to negative number 3, and this honestly is the big deal breaker for me. I've used a fair amount of Bluetooth headphones over the years. I've kind of gone through the ups and downs of the technology maturing. I've only found really one set of headphones that does this well, and that's stay strongly, firmly connected to my mobile device while I'm out moving around and not have the stutters and pops and clicks and hesitations that happen quite a bit. And I really was hoping that the QC35s, given their price point, given the reputation that Bose has for making quality headphones in this market segment, that these would be rock solid in that way. And unfortunately, they're not. If you're sitting in one place, if you're moving around a room, they are rock solid the way that you would want them to be. There's no stutters, pops, or clicks. My use case for these is wear them out for a walk. Wear them when walking to and from my office to my car and vice versa. In those times, especially, I work at a university, especially around the university, and maybe this has something to do with the multitude of signals that are flying around everywhere. These things stutter and they pop and they crack, and I cannot figure out what it is. I'm using a LG V10 right now, and my experience with Android phones has been that Bluetooth is always a little more finicky on Android phones than they are on iDevices. So maybe that's a little bit of what it is. It's just almost unusable. To me, it's like fingernails on a chalkboard. Every time, especially when listening to music, you know, you're kind of in the rhythm, you're kind of in the groove, you're feeling it, and then it pops. Or it stutters for a microsecond or something like that, and it throws the rhythm of the song off, it throws my rhythm off. I just feel myself tensing up. One of the great things about active noise cancellation is you get a great sense of isolation, and it's almost like a sensory deprivation tank where you just go in and you hear nothing but what's going on in the headphones. Unfortunately, whenever those pops, clicks, etc. happen, that's thrown out. It's just so disappointing because I so desperately wanted these to be, you know, my end all be all, and they just aren't. They just can't be, and it sucks. If this is a keep it or return it kind of scenario, which it is for me always, I have to think about what these things are doing for me. I love the noise canceling. I love to be in my office or in my room and totally zoned in to only what's going on in my headphones. I love that feeling when the noise cancellation comes on and the sound from the outside world just goes away. But I need these headphones, if I'm going to spend $350 on them, I need them to be rock solid from A to Z with very few flaws. For me, unfortunately, I could live with the sound. I could live with not being able to turn off the noise canceling. But when it comes to an unstable Bluetooth connection, I can't do it. As much as it pains me to say, these have to go back to the store. So maybe next time, Bose, I'm really rooting for you because you've got a great product here. It's just not going to work for me, and I don't think it'll work for a lot of other people who want to use these headphones as commuting headphones. So anyway, let me know what you think. Have you guys tried these? Have you tried the QC15s or 25s? I really appreciate you guys being here. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch. If you like what you see here, you can subscribe. And if you like the video, you can always like it. I always feel weird asking these kinds of things on YouTube videos. It seems like everybody does it, but it's the way you grow your channel. New subscribers, new likes, helps you get stuff into the search functions, etc., etc. That's how you grow the channel, and that's what I want to do. I want to grow my channel with content like this. So please think about subscribing. Please think about liking the video. If you dislike the video, you can press that button too, but go down in the comments and tell me why you didn't like it. But otherwise, that's that. The end of the video. Thank you for sticking with me. And I'll be back again soon with another review of something. And I've got some thoughts coming up on the responsibility that YouTube folks have, whether or not they get their products for free from manufacturers or if they buy them with their own money. Some YouTubers are very good about making that distinction, others not so much. I have only ever had one sponsored video, and I made that entirely clear, and I gave away what was given to me. That's something I'd like to do as often as I can. That's that. The QC35s, going back to the store. I am going to go edit this video and put it up. Until the next time, this is the JTL, and I'm out.